Hello, my name is Janice Fialka, and I am the mother of two adult children, Micah and Emma, also a social worker, and have the honor of being able to share a few thoughts as we celebrate the important legislation 99-457. Early supports meant so much to our family in that those first few years of our son Micah's life when, as I say, he was getting all of these labels attached to his forehead and, almost scalded on my heart. We had the good fortune of meeting several professionals who had a sense of what we might be going through. And I'd just like to honor some of the things that they did, I think, that were very important. The main thing that they did is listen and give us a sense that we were not alone. In those early years when we weren't sure how we were going to do this, what it meant, what were the issues that we would have to face and our son would have to face. Those that made an impact sat next to us on the floor as we encouraged Micah to move a little bit or to scoot a little bit or to make some sounds. They supported us. And in particular, I remember one psychologist, Melissa, who came to us at a time when both my husband and I were struggling. We were feeling a little overwhelmed about what this meant to have a child with a delay. And one of the things that she did was help us see the gifts of Micah. We were basically at that point seeing a child who was crying a lot, and we were worried about him. And she turned to us after spending some time with our family and said, "He is so connected to both of you. He watches you, he looks at you, he smiles at you." And both my husband and I paused and thought, that is our Micah. And we'd sort of lost some of that ability to see that. So we so appreciated professionals who were caring, compassionate, and also who had, strong competency. They knew sort of how to support us as we supported Micah. When I think about those early, that early support that we received, or we were fortunate enough to receive as a family, I think in many ways it formed the foundation, or at least a part of the foundation for the rest of Micah's life. Being able to get that early support from some providers who are both competent, caring, who listened to us, who helped us understand more about the system, who believed in our advocacy. Those things really sort of created the roots for the rest of Micah's life. And Micah has quite a wonderful life. He continues to have an intellectual disability. He's not ashamed of that. He sees it as part of who he is. He's a strong advocate for himself and for other people with disabilities. He lives interdependently. He actually is a teaching assistant at Syracuse University, so he's helping folks who are going to be teachers one day understand that labels don't define you at all. They might get you services, but really it's the hopes and dreams and support and the opportunities.
My name is Micah Fialka-Feldman.
Great. All right, Micah, how have you personally been affected by the early childhood provisions in the IDEA?
I think I was helped by having people come over to help me meet new people, meet friends, learn how to meet other people and talk, and I think I had a speech and language and physical therapy, and I think I learned a lot from people coming over to help me learn things that would help me.
Tell me what other type of work you do other than your work at Syracuse University.
Okay, I go around and speak at many conferences around the country that I talk about what I have done through my life here and what I have done before I moved here, and I go to like Iowa sometimes or California or like Texas or other parts of the country, and I have a PowerPoint that I go around and speak at, and I share my story.
Great. Are you on any important committees?
Oh yeah, I got reappointed to the presidential committee from Obama, and then I serve on the task board. It's a board that stands for people with disabilities, and I serve on that task board committee.
Great.
But the roots of his ability to advocate for himself and for us as a family to advocate for him and for other families really in some ways were beginning to take firm hold in those early years, in part because providers wanted us to do the best we could as parents. They wanted Micah he didn't have to be like other kids, but they wanted the conditions to be there that would allow him to develop and grow in his own way with supports. So I think it's really important. Sometimes early interventionists often don't know how important their work is. In fact, I remember when Michael was leaving high school and we had a big graduation party for him, we made sure we invited many of the early interventionists so they could see that, part of who Micah is and continues to be is rooted in their work as well.
So tell us about your life now and how maybe having those early interventions helped you get where you are.
I think it has helped me be a good self-advocate and helped me learn how I could run my meetings and how I could move from Michigan to Syracuse and how I could become a good self-advocate and teach other people with disabilities of how to become a self-advocate.
So I conclude with honoring all the work that's gone on before 30 years, during these 30 years, especially to the families who've advocated for their children, fallen in love with their children, celebrated their children, and all the providers who also have listened with full heart, who've learned another way to support families. So to all of you, thank you. Thank you very much.